Let's start. Okay, good evening to all of you. Welcome back to Database course. It's a week 19, lesson 2. So today we will discuss about the Tableau unions and introduction to calculations coding dojo. Announcements about the mock belt exam. The mock belt practice exam is on the LP. This is here where you can go and see the policies and how you can do the practice using this practice exam. And tomorrow we have a optional bonus mock belt exam review session at the same time of the class using the same link. If anyone is interested, they can come and see. Later on, I will share the recorded video as well. But the solution notebook will not be shared with all of you because I want you all to do it at your end. Okay. Okay. So the belt exam eligibility is 80% attendance miss no more than one lesson. All of week 1 and week 2 assignments submitted and resubmission from week 1 will be addressed. And note that the content from this week, the week 3rd of this stack is also on your exam. Okay. So you will have the content of a 3-week in the BAT exam. And tomorrow I will check all resubmission and submission of this week. Okay. Before sending you the exam code. Soon you will, tomorrow as soon as possible, I will try to send the BET exam code who are eligible. Although all are eligible now, okay, so you will get a code. This week's assignments due Friday by 9 a.m. PST. That is your analyzing analyst salaries part 1, core analyzing analyst salaries part 2, and core project 4 with the Tableau. So these all are the assignments pending by this week. Okay. Previous class learning objectives were we discussed about the what Tableau is and the purpose it serves. Name key elements of the Tableau public UI. Contrast dimensions and measures. Create a bar graphs, line graphs, and maps in the Tableau. Apply filters, sets, and hierarchies. Create and share a Tableau story. Did anyone try to create a story? Great. Heads up. So sometime you may receive an error while you are like submitting your work using this link, which you have learned in the last week, how you can share your notebook and submit the link. If you found this error, it says invalid, then what you can do, you can go to your copy this link, open in the browser, and then you can copy the browser link and then submit it. Okay. If it is says invalid link. Today's learning objectives are, after this lesson, you will be able to how to merge the data with unions in Tableau, create a quick table calculations with the time series, create a date functions in the Tableau, create a logic functions in the Tableau. Okay. So before moving ahead, let's do some recap and some questionnaire knowledge check. Okay. So what is a dimension? You can type your answer in the chat as well. So what is a dimension? Is this a property of time and space, numeric data dependent variables, fields to explain and explore, or categorical data text grouping variables, independent variables, one of the axes in a view? Great. Anyone else? All right. This is correct answer. Great. Much appreciated. What is field? Is it a location on the Tableau? Where we said? Okay. Okay. So field is, the correct answer is B. This is the column from the original data set. Okay, because when you import the data set, you saw the all fields of your file, right? And these all fields are your columns from your original data set. Okay, what is a measure? Mhm. Very good. Anyone else? Great. Appreciated. Yes, B is the correct answer because these are something which you can measure. You can apply the calculations on that. This is the integer part which we call measures. What is a set? Mhm. I will give a hint here. When we created the set last time, it shows you the by default two values in and out. Okay. So then later on we added the members using the set. Yes, the correct answer is binary grouping variable because by default when you create a set, it just show you the in and out values. What is a hierarchy? Good, good. Right. Much appreciated. Great. It's a combination of related nested dimension. This is right. Okay. So good. So let's move ahead. Today we are going to combine the rows across the files. So this is the link to your data set. You can download the data set from here. Okay. And we are going to use the two data sets today. That is one is from UFU, that is the number of sightings, and Students Union version 2. Okay. So first of all, like directly jumping onto the over practical work, let's take some understanding or tour about the definitions of these things. So what are unions, right? If you have a long data set, right? And if you have a long data set which contains the same information based on the different time periods, like if you look at this picture on the right side, right? It contains the different months data, but their columns are same, right? They have information about the day, customer, your purchase and type, but it is in the different like your frames. So if you want to combine them into one data frame, right? This is called unions, like you used to do in your using pandas, right? How you use the pandas pd dot data frame one in the brackets and then you combine it, merge it. So in the union, what it will do when you apply the commands or in these using concat, it will add your first data here because I'm using df1 here. Then below this, the second one, then the third one, right? So it is just keep on stacking the data, all the different data frames into one data frame. So this is called unions. In Tableau, there is a way to do it graphically. So how would you do that? There are two ways in Tableau. In this first way, if you look at this right side, you can see I have the different files here, right? Belongs to the same data. It is based on the different years. UFU data based on the different years. So if I want to union it, if I want to combine it, one way is manually, right? So this is like when you connect your file first time with your data source, right? It starts showing on the left sidebar. And it will also show you the default, your first file here. Then I will select the second file, drag and drop on this. If you see this orange color shadow here, union, you can drop the second file on the first one. then it will become a union of two tables, two data frames. The sign changes to this one. Okay, I will show you in the code along as well when we will hop on to the Tableau. This is the first, like the way how you can make a union using the Tableau. The second way, this is like very good method how you can do that. You only need to click on the double click this button, new union. Okay, then it will pop up this window. You can select the wildcard option here, and then you will add the first prefix of your file, which is common to your all files. After that, you can use the asterisk sign. So this sign means it will only match your all files, which is starting with the UFU. After that, whatever it is coming, it will not bother. It will just union all your data together. Okay, so that's why we are using the asterisk sign here. There are two important like the options here with the checkbox. It is expand search to subfolders, expand search to parent folder only. Okay, by default it only search to the parent folder, but sometime inside the parent folder you have another folders as well, and your data lie inside that, right? You want your Tableau to union that data as well. Okay, so in this case, you need to checkbox this one, expand search to subfolders. If you have any, like the folder inside your parent folder, I will show you in the live, like the code along as well. So now this is how at your local system you can see, this is showing the different UFU, your files. We will connect, we will union all these files today. Okay. Other ways to combine the data is relationship and joins. We are going to discuss this in the next upcoming week. Okay. Now we will jump to the Tableau. Okay. So this is the Tableau first window, landing window, which you have learned last time. If I want to connect the file now, I will click on this text file because I have my files in the CSV format. Okay, so I will click here. This is showing me the student. I want to use right now UFUs. So you can see this is the data, right, in this. So I will click on these and then open. Okay. Now you can see here by default, this is your first file coming here on the left side. These are all files are coming, right? All column names are coming about the files. Now we will try the first way, manual way, how you can do that. I have 1906 file already there. I want to union my this second file. So I will select this, take here, now see. It is showing the your orange shadow box, union, right? Now I will drop this on. Okay. Now in this, when you drop it on, you can see here the data is at. Okay, so this means these two are combined. This is the manual way. If you want to combine all these, you can do like this way. Okay, I believe this is you can only use the option when you have a multiple files, but you don't want to union all files, right? Then manual option will work. But if you know you want to use the all files, you don't want to skip anyone, then what we will do? We will drag it here. Okay. So this is first which we have tried, that is a manual. Now I will show you how you can connect, union your all files using this method. So when you connect the data file, first you see the by default the file will come here. Okay. But when you want to use this method, which I'm going to use now, you need to drag and drop that file here. Okay. It should be blank. Okay. Now we will double click on this bottom sign, new union. Double click on that. It will open this window. Okay. So now we will click on the wildcard. Okay. It is showing the files Include, search in, location is automatically coming, right? Include. So I want to include all my UFO files. So what I will do, I will say UFO, the sign, asterisk sign this. So this means it will take all files whose name starting with the prefix UFO, UFO. Okay. Now, if you have any folder inside this, then you can take this one. Okay. But I don't have any folder right now. If I go here, this is the one, right? Coding Dojo database. If we go inside this data, UFO. So I don't have any right now folder inside this. Okay. So I don't need to take that search. So I will show you in the next upcoming slide how you can do that. So we will not touch. We will say apply OK, or you can directly click on the OK. So when you click on the OK, it will union your all files. Okay. Now you can see the sign is changed, right? All data is here. Okay. And if you want, you can name it with the number of sightings. Okay. So this is your union data now. What questions do you have about it? So we have tried two methods, one manual and one this one, right? To union your files, data frame. Now, if you click here, you will see this one. Okay, this is the same, and this is your dimensions. This is your measure names, values, sorry. Now we will come to here. So till so far you have seen the unions. Now we will talk about some quick table calculations. When you heard this term, quick table calculations, this means this is going to be applied on your data which is already in the view. Okay, and this is like this one. So you can see here, this is the view, right? It is showing the number of the count based on the year. When you want to do the quick calculation, the data already in the view, you can click this drop down button. When you click on this, you will see the option here, quick table calculations, and it will pop up this second window. Okay, this one. So here you can choose the quick table calculation according to your requirement, whatever you want to do with your data. Okay, so in this, whenever you will apply a quick table calculation on your measures in the view, its sign will be changed to this one. This will become in this triangle or delta sign. Okay, whenever you have applied any calculation on your measure in the view, after applying this, its sign will be changed to this triangle, or we can also call it delta. Okay. Now, how you can modify your calculations. So let's suppose you have applied a calculation on your using quick table, but now you want to add it. Okay, how you can do that? You can go to the, again, your this option, again, you can click on this, right? And you will find these options. Compute using relative to, it has a multiple options further, it will pop up second window, and added table calculation. Okay, clear table calculation, if you want to remove that calculation, you can use this. Quick table calculation is again the same thing which I have showed you here. Okay, so this is the way how you can apply the quick table calculations. Now we will do it in Tableau. So first of all, we will draw a line graph using month and year as we did in the first lesson from the year 1990 to 2030. Okay, so let's come here. So first of all, we will say the line chart based on this. This is your number of sightings and this is your date, right? Now it is showing you, sorry, this one, right? Here this. Again, click on this. Okay. So now I want to filter it from 1990 to only 2013, December. So how I can do that? Anyone?
Filter.
Hi, can you repeat?
Use the filters.
Yes. Okay. So how I will apply the filter? So we,
You have to drop the date to the filter shelf.
yes, great. So here we go. Okay. So now we will say the range of the dates, right? We will select this. Next, we don't want the time. We can uncheck this and we can say here 1990, year 1, 01, right? And here we can change it to 2013 and 31st December. Okay. So now I have this data. I will say apply. Okay. So now my this graph is ready. It is showing the data from here now, right? Now what next we will do? We calculate the percentage different in the number of sightings relative to the previous date. Okay. So this is a quick calculation we are going to apply on this. So what is a quick calculation means? Which you can apply on the data, which is on the measure, which is already in the view. Okay. So this is the one. Here you will click. Okay. This will pop up this window. Go here, right? And say percentage of difference. Okay. Now it is showing the percentage difference from the year this one. Okay. If you want to show the difference from the month based, then you can change it from here. Now I want to edit it. Okay. If I want to edit the calculation now, I will click on these, go here. Okay. Come here. Now see how it is showing. It is showing table across relative to previous year, right? So now if you want to change it, let me change it to first month and year like this. Okay. We will go here, edit table calculation. This is showing previous month, right? If you want to change it. Right now it is how it is showing in 1991 year to 1992 or 1991, it is taking the difference from the previous month, right? But maybe you are interested to look for the number of sighting from the only difference between the first month going up to the next month of each year. So you can change it from here, okay, like this. So you can say it first, then it will look like this. Now it will only show you the percentage of the difference from the month of January based on each year. Okay, instead of only showing the previous month difference. Okay, so this is how you can apply the quick table calculations and how you can edit the calculation. Okay, so this is important to remember. This is only for quick table calculation you are doing in the already view. Okay. If you want to remove it, it's very easy. You can go here, clear the table calculation. That's it. Okay. So this is how you can do that. Now we will see what else we can do with this. It is saying calculate the percentage of total for the types of shapes using tree map graph. Okay. So how we will do that? We will create a new sheet here. Okay. Now I will double click on my this dimension shape. Okay. I want to show the number of sightings based on each shape. So we will click on that. Okay. Now we will create this tree graph, okay? But before creating the tree graph, we will make a percentage of this, okay? How you can do that? Here we go. This is your measure. We will click on these, go to quick table calculation and percentage of total, okay? Instead of showing only the numbers, we will see the percentage of number of sightings of each shape between the, like your 1990 to 2030. Okay, we will click on that. Here we go. Okay, now this is just a table. If you want to make it graphically, we can make like this, and we can use this tree map like this. Okay, so this is your tree map. So it is something like your pie chart, but it is coming in the rectangle shape. In pie chart, we see the slices of the percentage, right? Now, it is showing me on the hover the percentage. But if you would like to show it as a label on your graph, how you can do that? Press the control button from your laptop or PC. We will drag and drop this here, copy and label, and leave the button. Okay. So it will show you the labels of the percentage on your tree map. Now you can clearly see this. So this is how you can like do the quick table calculation based on the different like your features or columns you want to see the results. Earlier we were interested in the percentage of difference over the time of the number of sightings. Now we are interested in looking at the percentage of the shapes over the years based on the different shapes, right? So this is this is about the quick table calculations. Now, what questions do you have before I move ahead? How many of you are doing the code along with me? Great. Very good. Very good. We will jump onto the calculated fields. So this is something which you applied it on the fields and the measures. Okay. So first of all, we will take a tour of this, how it look like. Okay. So creating a calculated field. So this means it is just like a Excel. Maybe you have worked in the Excel, you create the formulas, right? You see this window like whenever you want to apply something formula on the columns in the Excel, you will see equal to, and then it should start showing the function names, right? It's a something like that. So in this is here, you can put the name, this is your field name, then all functions are coming here on the right side. Okay, how you can open this window, I will show you in the code along. Okay, so after these, this is the how you can write the formula. Okay, in this, write a formula on the desired function on the desired field. Let's suppose you want to apply any function or any method on the date field. So you can click on that field, create a field, go to the create field. It will open up this window and you can choose a function from here according to your requirement. Okay. If something goes wrong, it will say you like this. If it is okay, it says calculation is valid. Otherwise, it will say calculation is not valid if you do something wrong while writing here code. Okay. Now come to this. So you have many types of function which is most oftenly used, like we use in the Excel. It's a aggregate functions. This is sum, average, median, count, continue, etc. Okay. Number function, mean, max, round, and ceiling function. String functions, date functions, logical function. Okay, like you used to do in the Python. If and else, conditional methods, right? So this is like we are using the date and name function to reproduce similar feature engineering we did in the pandas, right? Maybe you are interested only to look for the day of the week and the number of sightings. Okay, how you will do it? You can apply, sorry, you can create this field, okay, on the date. So how would you do that? We will see now. So here, this is your one field. Where is our date? We will come here. So I will click on that. Again, we will say create calculated field. Okay. Now notice one thing here. If selected the field here and create on that, by default, the field name is coming here. You don't need to write it. Okay. But if I don't do that, if I go here, here you can also go, not here, right click, not here. I think that is something in that. Okay. No, it's not that case. Okay. So in this, you will go here. It will show. We will name it with the weekday. Okay. Now, if you want to show the weekday, this means name of the week. What is the day, right? So you can write it here. Here you can see, you can choose from here, date. Okay. It will start showing you all the functions related to your date. Date add, date difference, date name, whatever you want to use. I want to use the date name. If I select it, Tableau is helping you to writing the expression as well. Look at this on the right side. It is saying you what the date name function, date part, whatever you want to show, then the date and start of the week. Okay. So it is also explaining about it. So I would like to see the this. I will say here date. See, whenever I type this, it will start showing me this one. It pop up the this functions. So we will select the date name. It will open the this round braces. We need to close these braces here after overfill. Okay. And now see, I did not complete it because I forgot the expression, what parameter it is asking for. Okay. So it is saying me the calculation contains error. So we will say here single quote weekday, comma. Okay. Now the calculation is valid. Okay. If you forgot something, sometime in your hurry, if you apply it okay, it will still show you the error here. The exclamation sign will come here if something is wrong. Okay. Now we will say okay. Here we go. Okay. So over this dimension is ready. We will double click on that. So now it is showing the day name of the week, right? We are interested in looking at the number of the counts in this. It will show like this way. Okay. I will double click on this measure. Now it is showing the number of sightings each day of the week. Now we will jump onto the map. Sorry, this graph. Okay. If you look at these right now, I want to plot this graph. The graph which is open, this is highlighted. This is only you can use with these dimensions. Which is coming in the gray, we can't use with these dimensions. So we will click on that. When I clicked on this, we will swap it into this. Now clearly see how each day of the week has the highest number of the countings, right? Of the number of the sightings. This is showing on Sunday and Saturday. Okay. But maybe you are interested to dive deeply more in this. What is the average of the each day of the week, the number of sightings over the year? How you can do that? You can click on analytics. Okay. This is very useful information here. You have a constant line, average line, median with the quartiles, total, average with this and this, reference line and other things. So you can use it according to your requirement. I need the reference line because I just wanted to look the average over on this. So what I will do, I will click on that. When I double clicked on this, it will pop up this window. Okay. In this window, it is showing the number of count of sightings average. Okay. So now it is showing line only, but I'm interested to look for it with the confidence interval. Okay. So when I choose that, it is you can choose a confidence interval value from here. Okay. I'm interested in 95%. So I will choose that. You can format the line if you want from here. You can set the colors. Okay. Now click OK. See, it is showing me the average of each day of your data, number of sightings over the year, right? So it is this here. So it is almost like the Sunday above average, it is also showing, but the above average, the day of the Saturday is showing the more data points. Okay. So it is showing more data points high because the confidence interval is showing you clear vision here about your more data points above the average, above the mean. Okay. So this means you can deep dive more into the analysis using Tableau, how easy it is, right? Very good options you have. Now, what questions do you have till so far? Good. If something come up in your mind, please feel free to ask. Okay. So the next thing is logic functions, conditional function. This is very interesting, right? You do in the Python. Same you can do using your Tableau as well. Okay. In this, most important in Python and Tableau, the difference is instead of using double equal to, we are going to use this single time equal to. Okay. This means comparison in Tableau. No commas needed, no colon is needed here. Here, use then instead of tabbing. Okay, like this. Because in your Python, we don't use then, right? We use only this and then colon and then just we put the condition. Sorry, the action you want to take, right? And inside an if statement, right? Use then and at the end, this must be and with the and keyword. But in Python, we don't use and. It is automatically exit, right? After the default condition. But in Tableau, you need to write the and. Okay. So this is the main difference. And you can also use a and or not. Combine conditions as well. Okay. If you don't want to, if you have a requirement, then you can use these one as well. Okay. So we will do it now in our code along. Okay. So now we will jump here. This is the data set we are going to use. So first of all, in this, what we will do, I am going to back here. We can close this and go to student unions. First, we will close this. Here, we can open new file, go to data, student unions. Now look at this data set. I have a one parent folder, student unions version 2. Inside this, I have another folder. This is a child folder, WhatsApp folder, right? Now I will show you how you can do the union here. I will click on that. We will go here. Okay, I'm here. So now by default, it is like dropping your first table here, right? So I don't want that. I will drag it back here. Okay, I will click on this. When it pop up this window, here we go. It is starting with the prefix student. So we will write it here. Student start. Okay. So now I have a one child folder inside my parent folder. You can also call it subfolder. So we will tick this, check this box. Okay. And then we will say apply or okay. So now it will union here all your data frames inside the subfolder or in the parent folder together. Okay, so it contains a folder of Portuguese, right? That one folder. So if you want to verify that, did it union it not, we will scroll over the right side. Here should be your subject column. It is here, right? If all of you remember, we can see the detail about each column by clicking on these. Go to describe. Okay. When you go to describe here, you can see it is showing you two values, math and Portuguese, right? So this means it did it correctly. Okay. Now we will jump on to the sheet 1. So here, what we will do now. In your previous stack, what you did, you use the same data set, right? You create the model insights lesson from regression to classification, right? You used to create the percentage of grades by putting these conditions, right? Now we will create a grade percentage calculated field using an aggregation function. Okay. So how would you do that? Here is the your grade, right? If I double click on that, it is showing me the single. This is the by default. We know Tableau aggregate your each measure by default, right? Over the time. So now I have these options. So I will click on the histogram here, this one. Now when you click on the histogram, you can see it created the bins and it is showing you the count of the grade out of 20, right? It is showing the numbers total, right? But we are interested in the percentage. Okay, can you do that? You can create a new field here. Click here, drop down, create. Now not here, we can go here. Okay, we will go here because we can do the quick table calculation on the view only. Okay, if you click on this, you can click percentage of total. Okay, so when you do the percentage of total here, it will start showing you the percentage of this. Okay, one more thing noticeable in this, whenever you use the histogram, when you clicked on that, it will show you the new dimension in your above dimension area grade bin. Whatever you are using the measure, it will, when you choose the histogram, it will create this field automatically when you choose this graph. Okay. Now this is like how you can create the percentage using this grade. It is showing you now the percentage of the each grade out of your 20. Okay. Now what is next? You can, we need to create here calculated field as well. Okay. How would you do that? We will come here, click this, create calculated field. Okay. Now, if you want to create the percentage of the grade on the given these numbers, what is the formula? I will name it grade, percentage. Okay. So what I will do, it is total grades out of 20, right? So we will divide it by 20, multiply by 100, right? I put it wrong, divided by this, right? It is, I think I put the wrong sign. So here we go, add it. So it is, this is the one. Okay. So this is valid. Now, okay. So we have created the percentage field here. Okay. Which we will use further now. We will create a new sheet here. Okay. So when you create a new sheet here, after that, we will create a letter grade. calculated field using logical function and show the table with the student count. So what is that? I will grade like pass and fail based on the percentage, right? So like which student is like this. So now how would you create the calculated field on this grade 1? We will come here, create calculated field. Okay. Now we will name it letter grade. Okay. So you wanted to create it on the percentage one. Okay. So I clicked on the wrong column. I want to use a grade percentage because I have created that aggregated field. Okay. So now either you can type or I can copy and paste this one. Okay. In the chat. So it will be easy for all of you who is doing the code along with me. We will do here. Okay. So we can say this. Okay. Now it is throwing me the error. Because maybe this field spelling is not correct. Space percents like this. Okay. So which is the correct field name? It will change the color into orange. So we will copy and paste it here, corrected the all field name like this. Okay. So if the grade percentage is greater than here, I did something here, we pasted it 2 times. Okay. So now if the grade percentage is greater than 90, then we will name it A. If it is greater than equal to 80, B, and so on. Okay. So now we will say okay. So now your letter grade is created here. Dimension. Okay. If you want, you can double click on that. Now it is showing you the letter grades A, B, C, D, F. Okay. Now I also want to tell the stakeholder which students are pass and fail based on these grades. Okay. So the ABC means the percentage is above 70% or equal to 70%, right? So we can create here a group based on that. So we will create a group now, letter grade, click on that, go create a group. Okay. Now it will show you these, which letter grade you have created. How you can create a pass and fail group? We will name it pass and fail. Okay. So I have more than equal to 90%. I will select those. Control. Press the control key from your laptop or PC. Control these ABC. I want to put it into the section pass. So I will select this, say group. Okay. I will leave the button. Now say pass. Okay. This is my first group. I want to put this. Again, press the control button. Select these. Group. I will say it. Fail. Okay. Now you have created the 2 groups in this. Okay. We will say apply. Okay. Right. Now what you have done till so far. First you create the grade percentage using calculated field. Then you create the letter grades using the logical function. How did you put the logical function? Based on the calculation of the percentage. If you want to look at that condition, you can click on this, add it, you can again view your calculation. Okay. And then we will say here, where is my field? This one. So I will say here, pass and fail. Okay. Now what is missing here? Number of grades, right? We are interested in that. So where is our percentage? Here we go, right? So it is showing you the pass and fail based on the grade and a percentage of that one. How many students are passed based on this? But this information seems complete. We don't know in which semester, in which school, in which subject. Okay. So for that, what you do? We will go back to our slide. Here we go. So we have already created this. Now we will create the hierarchy of school, subject, semester. Okay. How you can do that? Come here. So here is a school dimension. Okay. We will click on that. Say here, hierarchy. Okay. You can create it using this one as well. But if you drag and drop other dimensions inside the one dimension, it will automatically create hierarchy as well. Okay. So this is create hierarchy. I will name it school, your subject, and then semester. So we will click OK. Okay. So school is here now. So you can drag and drop the subject now. So select it. Now see, it is showing you where you can drop it, lines, right? So I'm interested to down this. It should come after the school. So I will drop it after the school here. Okay. And then I'm interested in the semester. Here we go. Like this. So it created the hierarchy. This is very, very useful whenever you want to create something like this, right? Maybe like if we take an example here, COVID, you are interested in the hierarchy of first country, then state, then city. Okay, this is also showing some hierarchy. So this method or this function is useful at that time. Now we will add this. If you double click on these, now you can see it is a start showing the school name here, right? GP and this. So it is a hierarchy, plus sign is coming here. If you click on that, you can expand it. It is expanded into subject now. Okay. And then then you can expand it into semester. Okay. Now it is showing you although we can remove the grade now, we can only keep the pass and fail, right? Then it will make more sense. So it is showing you the school name, each subject, each semester, G1, G2, and percentage of pass and fail, right? So this is coming like this way. You can now make it in this form as well. If you want, we can drag and drop over these here in the table format as well. Okay. So now this is something like showing you the percentage of which student is pass and fail, belong to this school, in which subject, in which grade. Okay. Now you are interested in what? You are interested in the total, right? In which semester, how many total based on the schools. So you will click on these here. Analysis, totals, go here. Show the row grand totals. Okay. So if you do that, it will start showing. I will drag it here in the row wise. Here we go. Here is that subject. This is school. And then semester is already there. We will put the subject here. So when I did the total across the row, it is showing me the total here. Grand total of these one. Okay. I will remove the semester. It will be easy for you to understand. Okay. So now it is showing me the total across the semester, each subject in each school. Okay, total. If you want to look for the totals column wise. Then it will do the total this way. Okay, but you need to take care of this across the table, down the table. Down means grand total across the column. If I say across the row, it is row wise. Okay. Now the second thing, you are maybe interested to see the percentage of this, right? So how would you do that? We are here. Okay. Go here. Quick table, percents of total. Okay. Now you can see the percentage as well. Okay. In this is showing the percentage of your across the row right now by default. Okay. So this means how it will know now it is coming in the percentage form, right? But if you want to see the original value of this one, you can compare it. If I double click on that, here we go. This is a sum grade. So yes, it is showing here. So okay, this is a grade. If we want to show the count here, this one, okay. So now this is the count, total number of the students is showing. Earlier we were looking at the grade. This is the count. In these, I will remove this one now. Okay. So this is the total count of the students pass and fail instead of grade now. Okay. So now in this, what you need to do? Right now we did the count across the total rows and total column. If I do the percentage of students here, quick table, this is like this. Okay. Now, when I do the percentage of the total of the students here, what is happening? This is showing me the total percentage of across the row. Okay. If you want to do the comparison here, now I will drag and drop it here. Okay. Now you can do the comparison. It will take the total of these across the row, okay, and divided by this, this number to this. Then you will get this single calculation here. Okay. So this is how it calculates the across the row. And when you do the percentage across the column, it do like this way. Any questions about it? Okay, all right. So this is like we did the two ways. We have calculated the grade percentage. Now we are looking for the total number of students and their percentage of fail and pass. Okay. So in this, you can do other many things. And if you want, you can do the quick table calculation in this average. Okay. And you can also, if you want, apply the other methods, which is according to your business problem, you can apply those one as well. Here we are talking about the student's grade, but you may have another options as well, like COVID. In that, you are interested in moving average. Okay. You can apply those calculations as well. So this is all about over this, like how you can apply the quick calculations. Quick calculations only apply to the visuals, which is already in the view, which is filled already in the view. But create the calculated field, this is only applied to the fields which is not right now in the view. Okay, so this is the difference. We have tried the hierarchies, we have tried the logical functions and date and time functions, week of the day we have tried, right? This is, you can create the highlight table count of each letter grade if you want. This is easy. Here we go. We can highlight using, this is not right now highlighted, but if you choose this function, adding the dimension, you can change the colors in this. Okay. And now, this is we already did. Add the grand rows, total columns, and total your rows. How many total students? Okay. Like it is showing here. Right now, it is not showing the totals. Grand total, this one. Okay. So this is you can do. You can change it according to your requirement. So now this is exploration time. We have a lot of time today. I will open the breakout room. What you can do, you can use this data dictionary. Okay, this one. This is the same data set we are using right now, student version 1. And use the data dictionary on the following. You can explore what fields and features would provide most interesting insights into student performance. Till so far, we have counted the total fail and pass. We have created the logical function based on their percentage of fail and pass. You may explore something else. Combine any interesting visualization you can create into Tableau story. Okay, as we created the Tableau story in the last lesson, and share your visualization on our Discord channel. Okay, and if you can create right now, this is well and good. Okay, now what questions do you have before I open the breakout room? So I will open the breakout room. So we create all rooms. Resume recording. So in another room, but did you try? Did you find any other good relationship between the variables to show in Tableau?
We were trying to compare study time with grade average, but we were having difficulty comparing the two numeric values, seeing what could be useful from the different choices.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's finish up our lesson. I will share my screen. So thanks to everyone to participating in breakout rooms. Lesson, how to merge the data with unions in tables. We have tried two methods, manual and the new union one, right? Create a quick table calculations. This is only applied onto the fields measures, which is already in the view. Create functions, logical functions. We have tried the percentage, average total, grand totals across the row, across the column, and then logic functions. In next class, we will talk about the other things. That is how you can connect the different data frames using relationship, joins, and how you can create the dashboard. Okay. So next week, and if you want to dive more deeply, this is just a data set. You can, the 5-level classification system. Okay. How you can do that. This is something related to that. And this was today's lesson. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. I'm going to stop sharing. And who is coming tomorrow? All of you are coming? Great.
Yes, I will.
Good, good.
So at the same hour, the same time, right?
Yes, same time, same link. That would be beneficial for all of you. We will discuss about the rubrics and how you can go through the mock BELT practice exam. It will be very helpful for you, all of you in the BELT exam.
Great.
Any questions? Not from today, from previous content, alignment shape, time series. These all are important things for data analyst exam, which we are doing right now and we did in the last week, especially the functions, average, and what is the difference between your sum when it is doing average, right? Yes, Shinayo?
Hello, Nija. I would like to check whether we will get the solution for the assignments of week 2, especially the one for the projects that includes several different the stakeholder questions. I know we only have to pick up 3 topics, but I really want to see what are the possible ways to answer these questions. Are we going to have a solution for this part?
The stakeholder questions answers, like which you have chosen the 3. The other 3, yes, I can. I will like see and share it by tomorrow. Okay.
Oh,
About
that would
the
be great.
stakeholder, yeah, stakeholder questions. And if you have any of you have a plan to for the preparation of data analyst exam, so focus on the calculations, logical functions, aggregate, everything, graphs, which we did today, the histogram one, okay, line charts, quick calculations, and how you can write that, especially and the connections, how you can make the transformation. Today, I will share one more article with all of you that contains like how you can use the Tableau, which fields, right? This is more deeply dive, like if you have a dirty data, right? How we will counter it, like if you have a missing value, how the Tableau handle the null value. Okay. Now, if you have a something null, in this like Tableau, if you have a null values, right? It will, when you take the sum of these, it will show you the same sum. Okay. But when it will take the average of the same, like let's suppose if you have a 2 columns, right? In one column, you have a 5 values. In other column, you have a 1 value missing, 4 values. Okay. When you do the sum in Tableau, it will show same result. But when you will take the average of columns, it will show you the different result. Because in Tableau, it will ignore the null value. Okay. Either you take it 0. If you want to take that blank value as well, you need to convert it into 0. You need to fill it with 0 in Tableau if you want the same result. This is the way how you need to think, like in the Tableau when you are preparing for your exam and doing the practice more deeply. The documentation which is given on the like your Tableau, this is very, very useful. And the preparation kit for the data analyst exam. Then you will have a hands-on, like get a hands-on experience. They have some free videos available as well, right? And if you found any issue, you can contact me. But this is very interesting if you dive deeply into this. And also the very great, like the boost to your resume. Highly recommended.
I have a question. When do we receive the code for unlock the exam?
When I didn't understand. Can you repeat? When
When will we receive the code for
Oh,
unlock the exam?
Okay, you will receive the code by tomorrow. I will like issue the code or release the code in morning because all are legible. Okay, after that I will start grading. assignments, resubmissions, okay? Everything will be done by tomorrow. Okay?
Thank you.
You all are doing good, great in the assignments. You need to only focus on the interpretation carefully when you are interpreting the results in the BELT exam, especially about the like Lyman chart. If you still have any confusion before sitting into the exam, well, you can book a 101 with me. Okay, so it should be clear to you because this is a very important part of your BELT exam. Okay.
I had a couple questions if I could ask. One was to do with one of the questions on the average salary with Python for one of the core assignments. And so specifically, there was a question that was you were specifically being asked to answer the question: do analyst jobs require Python? Do they make more or less money than those that do not require Python? I didn't know how to answer the question using visualization specifically. So, I mean, I could show you my Tableau just
Yeah,
to
you
emphasize
can.
the question. So this is the one. It's number 4 on core
Mhm.
assignment 1. And so I was following the sort of, so the previous question was about using color to sort of emphasize who was using Python and who wasn't from the different job titles. And so a follow-up question was to compare the job titles and specifically answer the question for analyst. Uh, do they make more money or less money whether or not they use Python? I didn't know how to answer that question. I was wondering if you could help with that.
Yes, yes. In this, you are showing good, right? You are showing the like which designation have the higher salary, right? Using the Python,
Yes.
right? Average salary. So you are showing the
Right.
labeling as well. You are showing on the x-axis, average
Yes.
salary, Python in this. I think you don't need to show on the x-axis these things, right? Because we are only talking about this. You can only show the title on the x-axis to make it more professional. Just say the average salary, right? Based on
So
the
you think
Python.
you think I should remove this measure value, the sum of the Python?
No, I'm only talking about the labels, the title. This
Oh,
is
the
the,
labels.
yeah,
These
this is,
labels.
yeah, we
How
don't
do
need to,
you how do you remove how do you remove those labels?
this is coming due to your measure. This
Yes.
is, yeah, we can show there, it should be option, click on that, show measure value shelf. I think this is coming with this one. Not go
It's still
there.
showing there.
It should be the measure. It should be come with the, always show the like marks or some option should be there. Go there. Go show header, including tooltip. This is not showing here. I will
No,
look
no, I
into this
removed.
and then I will share with you because we don't need
Okay.
to show this because this is showing the same thing, right?
Yeah, I was
And
gonna say, but
yeah,
I didn't know.
yeah, we don't need to show this. I will look into this and tell you. And on top of that, you can add the annotation in this, which like the designation you see in this. If we look at the data scientist, this is a data scientist. The third one.
Let's see if I can make it clear. Okay, the third one's the data scientist. Yes.
Yeah. So you can annotate on this. Okay. Because this is something which we want to show the Python average highest salary according to the designation. So you can annotate on this. You like add the highest salary of this designation is this. Remember we discussed.
Well, I mean, is this different from caption in the story? This is not the same thing, right? Annotate like that. Okay, I see.
Yes, mark. Okay.
Right,
So you can add the like title here, this
right,
designation with this amount, highest one. Okay. This is how you can like make it more clear because this is our
right.
goal, right?
Mhm.
To show it. That's it. The rest seems to be good for me, right?
Right.
So
So
I will. Mhm. Go ahead.
I was wondering specifically, so the question specifically that was being asked was, so after we create another bar graph with the average salary and Python YN as another dimension on the column shelf. So as you mentioned, add text labels for the average salary. But then it asks the question, do analyst jobs that require Python make more or less than those that do not require? I didn't know how to separate the average salaries between those who do require Python and those who don't. Is there a way to do that?
You are here, if you want to separate it, then you are using this which graph? You are simple.
I'm using this bar graph.
This is a simple one bar graph, right?
This is the side by side
Yeah.
bars.
Just give me 1 second.
I mean, I wasn't sure how to
Yeah.
manipulate it to answer the question. That's all.
Yeah, let me open this assignment. Part 1, right?
Part 1, yeah. Specifically question 4.
Okay.
That was the one I didn't know how to answer. At least not definitively. I mean, I can sort of guess, but that's not really answering the question. So.
This is question number 3. Create a bar graph comparing average salary for
Number 4. Question 4.
Number 4.
It's the one.
But
The one that
Python,
says,
okay.
do analyst jobs require Python make more money or less money? That's the one that I was confused by.
Okay. Do analyst jobs that require Python make more or less money than those that do not require Python? Okay. So they are asking you, like, look at the graph. They are asking you if the data analyst have the knowledge of Python, are they making the more money or not? Okay. So if you look at this in the data analyst, if they know the Python, right, it is not making any like the big difference, right? Still, you can see if the data scientist is making more money if they know the Python, right? So its answer will be, if I ask you, do the analyst requires the Python to make a more money or less money than those do not require Python? Where is the do not required Python? This is all
right.
This is the graph required with Python only, which is
right.
where is the graph? This is average salary. No, they don't require.
How do I compare the ones that do require with those who don't? Do I need to make a separate graph for that, or?
Yes. Here you are, I think it is contain the both graph. This is with the Python showing the green one, right?
I mean, the green one is just counting how many actually require Python out of the total count.
Yes.
But it doesn't count the ones that don't require. I just didn't know how to compare them.
So either you can create a new graph, right? That is without Python, and then you can answer that question. But this question is related to your third question, because in the third graph, you are creating a bar graph average salary for simplified job titles, right?
Right, but the third graph was asking for he was asking for Python as a color, right? And then the emphasis was on data scientist.
Yes, this is only with the Python, right?
Right.
And when you come here, you added the one more dimension in this, right? To do the comparison. That's why they are asking that question. Now, if you look at these, go to the average salary with the Python. Here we go, right? Now you see the data scientists know the Python and they have a highest salary, right? Now you can answer, if the data analysts know the Python, they have a more money. They can have a more salary. Okay, because if you look at this graph in the analyst section, if the Python here, the average salary with the Python here is very less, right? This is the average salary using Python, right? And if they know the Python, still they are making the average salary, right? So how do you feel about this? I will correct my words. Like I said earlier, using Python, but your graph is with the Python average salary is also showing, right? So if either they know the Python or not, according to this graph, if they know the Python, it is not affecting their salary a lot. Only the designation is affecting the salary. So if I talk about the here in your simplified job with the Python, in that graph as well, I saw the data analysts know the Python, but their average salary is below the data scientist. Either they know the
Right.
Python or not. I don't think so it will affect.
Okay.
Okay. So you can answer based on that. As I have
Mhm.
seen the graph, it is showing
Right.
based on the designation and knowing the Python, right? The salary is less, still less, right?
Right.
Do you have something in this where we can see the average Python in these? Did you make any graph? Other?
Average Python, you mean instead of the sum? Is that what you mean by that?
Yes.
Would I just change the measure to average? Is that the idea?
Change average. It will start instead of showing. We are interested in the average, right?
The average salary, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do we care about the average Python, whether the user or not? Is that also?
Mm-hmm.
I guess let me see if I can change that. But it's not very. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it
the
is
average is
not
always
very
between 2
effective.
and 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can look at the table. I don't know if that helps.
What is the percentage of our knowing the Python here? Only the 30%.
So
And if you,
30%, yeah.
right, if you look at the data scientist percentage, they know the 80%, right? So this
Mhm.
means their salary is higher. Now, if the data analyst know the Python more instead of 30%, right? Only 30% data analysts know the Python. This means, right?
Right. So yeah, so the other 70% don't require it.
Yes, if they know like more data analysts are there who know the Python, then definitely it is showing the higher salary range. Okay, because this is affecting it. Okay,
Right.
now here highest knowing about the this is machine learning engineer and data scientist. The
Right.
percentage of
Yes.
knowing the Python is higher in both cases, right?
Right. Yes.
And the
Yes.
average salary is higher. But in case of data analyst, they only know the 30%. So you can write it if
Okay. Okay.
data analysts know the percent more, right? They can get a raise in their salary.
Okay. All right.
As per if we look at clearing this percentage, right?
So it's in comparison with the other job titles. Okay.
Yeah. Because we need to look at it how many data scientists know the Python, right? 80%.
Right. Yes. All right. Okay. Thank you for that. I just had one other question, which was sort of unrelated to Tableau. It was from last week where I noticed from the feedback that you gave, it was about comparing